media.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. I want to try something a little different today because people are always saying to me, Fringe, I'm so sick and tired of seeing all these videos saying that an election is coming. I've said it before. Many have said it before. We've all seen "it's over" all over thumbnails on YouTube. Well, today we're going to talk about something different. If you looked at the title of this video, there isn't going to be an election. We're not going to see an election, and I'm going to tell you why we're not going to see an election. If you've watched certain things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, especially in the United States, as Donald Trump won the presidency of the 47th president of the United States, a lot of things happened very quickly. We've seen Hamas talking about ending their war. We've talked about, they've also said that Israel has said, oh, we got to end our war right away. We've seen Putin saying that he's willing to talk about ending things in Ukraine. We've seen a lot of things change. We've seen a lot of countries suddenly wake up and realize that daddy's home and things are going to start to change. Why? Because, well, Donald Trump has influence, and when he says he's going to do something, he usually does it. The thing with the United States is that they've always been a powerhouse when it comes to the negotiations table, especially when it comes to the one thing Donald Trump is going to be negotiating with, and that is tariffs. Now, as things rapidly change, we know that in Canada, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. The Liberals are already starting to talk about it. You've seen them talking about secret ballot votes. We've seen them talking about non-confidence votes. We've seen the Bloc saying that they're going to find a way to topple this government and that Pierre is going to find a way to topple this government. Well, I've been very openly skeptical to say that, hey, maybe we see some of these people cross the floor. Maybe we see some of these MPs that are talking about, texting information from the bathrooms going against Justin Trudeau and saying, hey, it's time to go, get out. They want somebody who's reasonable to replace Justin Trudeau so that when Donald Trump comes in as president, we can get some things done around here and try to secure, well, their hope is to secure the Liberal Party. No matter what they do, it's not going to happen. We've seen Pierre's numbers. Whether you like Pierre or hate Pierre, we can all agree, I think, that Pierre Poilievre is going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. However, many people have asked me, when do you think we're going to see an election? Now, I've been very hopeful that we're going to see an election called probably somewhere in the new year to March, would be my prediction, but I'm changing that today. I think it's going to go all the way until the end of 2025. I think that we're going to see Trudeau run his time out and that he will not leave office, despite everyone scrambling to look at what's going to happen when Donald Trump takes his presidency, when our economy is flipped on its head. I'm going to tell you why we're not going to see that election. It's very simple. Sellout Singh. This man is holding the country hostage. I've heard rumored reports that should Nahid Nenshit lose his position to represent Alberta as its next premier, that he's going to run as a federalist to replace Jagmeet Singh. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Again, we'll keep our eyes on that. But as Canada Post went on strike this Friday, of course, holding the country hostage just before the Christmas season, Jagmeet Singh rushed in and said, hey, you guys, I know all about holding people hostage. I've held Canada hostage for a very long time. I'm going to come here and simp for you guys and make some threats. Now, I want to show the full tweet here from government.exe and explain why this isn't going to happen, why we're not going to see an election. Because Jagmeet Singh comes out, and after hearing that the 55,000 postal workers are going on strike, Jagmeet Singh wants to send Justin Trudeau his 27,000th very clear message. If they get involved in any way, the NDP will vote non-confidence. Jagmeet Singh is a parody politician. He's more than that. He's a sellout. We've seen how he just supposedly tore up the deal between him and Justin Trudeau, and then as soon as his by-election in Winnipeg was over, the deal was back on. He's just there right away simping for JT as always, because Jagmeet Singh loves Captain Tampon. He wants his pension, his golden parachute. Just listen to the threats that he gives in this latest speech of nonsense.
So, New Democrats are here to stand in solidarity with these workers. We've got a clear message. We want these workers to be able to negotiate a fair deal.
That's right.
These workers have the right to strike.
That's right.
So our message to the Liberals is, stay out of it.
That's right.
Don't interfere, don't force binding arbitration, and certainly do not bring in back-to-work legislation. The workers are demanding fair wages, wages and safe work conditions, and we support them.
That's right.
Every step of the way. I want to say something very clearly. If Justin Trudeau and the Liberals think they can bring in any back-to-work legislation, even if they make it a confidence vote, New Democrats will be voting against it. These workers deserve to strike. They deserve to fight for fair wages, and we're going to back them up so they can do that every step of the way.
Here, here.
So, I for one, much like the rest of you, don't believe a word of the shit that he's shoveling. Of course, Jagmeet Singh is there for his own optics. He's there for his own publicity, to pretend that he actually cares about workers in Canada. He cares about himself, just like every other politician that's currently employed in the House of Commons. He's made it very clear that that's what he's there for. Now, the funny thing about this, and again, this is where I wanted to point it out, that I don't believe there will be an election, because this man holds the keys right now. He's got all the power in the country, even though he technically holds the power yet has none when it comes to negotiating at the table. Jagmeet Singh will not, despite his threats, and mark this video down, because I guarantee you the Liberals are going to have no choice if they want to save the egg on their face than to bring in back-to-work legislation. It makes me question a few things while Parliament's frozen. I'm not sure how they can bring that in while things are frozen. Again, this week is going to be very interesting in the House of Commons, but they're going to have to do something in order to stop Canada Post from holding the country hostage before the holidays, or their numbers are going to continue to tank. It's going to prove why the Liberals need to go in the next election. But when that legislation comes through, you're going to see the Bloc, you're going to see the Conservatives all going to Jagmeet saying, well, you said you were going to vote non-confidence, and he'll say, oh, yeah, I said that, but no, I'm really not going to. I don't think it's within the best interest. You're going to hear all the excuses in the world. So while Jagmeet puffs out his chest here and demands that he wants fair compensation for workers, he should be asking for fair compensation for the millions of Canadians who are suffering because we continue to bring people unvetted over our border every month, that are rising our crime, rising our cost of living, taking jobs away from even the younger generation that want to work for a living, making it impossible for people to get ahead. Wages have not met the cost of living for quite some time. In fact, probably since around the time Justin Trudeau took office. So if Jagmeet Singh really cared about fair wages, well, he'd be talking about everybody, not just the people that are on strike. But I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, this is why an election will not happen until at least October of 2025. I am a firm believer of that at this point, because we've seen Singh sell out one too many times. And I sincerely hope this is one of the times I am wrong, that either he backs up his words or something else happens to cause an election. I hate delivering the bad news, ladies and gentlemen, but we might as well just look forward to the fact that it's less than a year, no matter what, until Justin Trudeau is gone. But do I think there's going to be an early election? As long as this sellout is in power and as long as he holds the keys to whether or not the country gets its lives back, I can guarantee you we are not going to the polls anytime soon. The question of the day, ladies and gentlemen, answer it down below, is do you think I'm right? Do you think that we're going to be waiting for an election to loom on its deadline, or do you think it's going to get called early? Do you think Jagmeet will back up his words? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure as you're hitting that button, you click the bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel each and every Friday night for Friday Night Fringe, our live streaming show, where I'm joined by my beautiful wife, the lovely Mrs. Fringe, and we go over everything that's happened this week in politics, everything coming up in the week ahead, some really fun banter, and some interesting stories that sometimes don't make the cutting room floor when it comes to the videos we put out on YouTube. We also take Q&A from you guys in the chat, and it's great to hear what you guys have to say outside of making these videos, and I, as well as her, look very forward to seeing you all this Friday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your weekend. I'll catch you on the next one.